Dr. Savita Rani, faculty members, young ladies and gentlemen of the Ramaya Institute of Technology. I am indeed privileged to be with you all today. Thank you, Dr. Savita Rani, for this opportunity and for your thoughtful introduction. Indeed, I wish my children were here to hear this. It may encourage them to take me a little more seriously. As I stand before you this morning, I can sense the excellence and the energy in this room. It is always a joy to be in the company of young and enthusiastic students. Your zeal and dynamism fills me with optimism for our collective future. I am confident that you will spare no effort to live up to the faith placed in you by your teachers and parents and lead a life of fulfillment and success. But I have not come here to congratulate you or to give you comforting messages that your future is secure and taken care of. Indeed, if I do that, you will go home happy and I will go home happy, but I would not have fulfilled my responsibility. I have come here to open your eyes to something that lies outside the college, and that is life. This lesson is especially critical in the present day Indian context to you engineers and MBA students, and I will tell you why. There was a time when Indian mothers used to say, I want my daughter or son, as the case may be a doctor or an engineer. And a few generations before you, children obediently trotted off to medical and engineering colleges to earn a degree and a comfortable future. Well, no longer. Engineering is no longer an indispensable profession. We produce over 5 lakh engineers, 500,000 engineers every year. But I would have you know, 60% of engineers in India do not find jobs, and over 70% of those who do find jobs will be working on a job that does not need an engineering degree. What a waste of an education. And that is not all. The world over, artificial intelligence and robotics are taking over low-end technical jobs. One report from the USA says that in India, 6.5 lakh less skilled IT jobs will be extinguished by the year 2021. According to World Bank study, robots will take away 69% of Indian jobs, all of which will be lost to automation. Professions such as medical transcription, anybody remembers medical transcription? Perhaps some of the faculty will remember. They were thriving a decade ago. They have become almost extinct now. Companies who do recruit engineering freshers complain that then they are unemployable. Companies like Infosys invest in large facilities only to train young recruits and make them job ready. So, in my conversation to you today, I want to prepare you for your insecure future in the world of work. I want to make you job ready. Not just in qualification and training, but in attitude and thought. In our country, we place, and I blame both parents and teachers for this, disproportionate importance on exams. Teachers often teach for exams and parents judge their children by their exam marks. But we lose sight of the fact that college is but a preparation for a much bigger examination called life. And the examination of life has the nasty habit of asking out of syllabus questions. And that examination of life requires you to apply yourself beyond what you learn here. It involves your absorbing unfamiliar information that you did not prepare for, to expect the unexpected, and to solve problems that were never in your textbook. So what do? I have followed some mantras, both as a professional in public policy and practice, and as a mother in bringing up my children, and I will share a few of them today with you. First, learn to make mistakes. If you don't, you are never going to make a difference. Creativity is allowing yourself to make mistakes. Art is knowing which ones to learn from. Ask yourself one question. If I did not have to do it perfectly, what would I try? Whatever it is you're doing, ask yourself this question. If I did not have to do it perfectly, how would I do it? For many of you, the biggest fear, the biggest obstacle in getting there will be a fear that you have carried since childhood, the fear of humiliation, of embarrassment, of ridicule. Just get rid of that fear. Throw it away. In the year 1986, I committed a mistake. I quit IIT. I think for engineering students, this will be like saying God doesn't exist or something. I quit IIT Madras. I had joined IIT Madras as a research scholar after topping it was an all India exam, the common examination for research admission, which was the equivalent for research, equivalent of IIT JEE for researchers. It was held jointly by the IITs in those days. I topped the exam, got into IIT Madras, and though I had a supportive HOD and faculty, IIT was not a good intellectual fit for me. They did not have the academic resources to guide my particular research interest. It is not as though I had another job waiting or another seat waiting for me. All I had was myself and my perseverance. Encouraged by a neighbor, I prepared for the civil services exams, passed in the first attempt, secured the 20th rank in the All India merit list, and joined the IAS. That mistake which I made as a young woman has defined the rest of my life and determined what I am today. With every mistake that we make, we discover more and more about ourselves, about who we are, about our limits, about our capabilities, about what we can and cannot do. Mistakes help us to be more compassionate and tolerant with ourselves and others. By making mistakes, you will in fact learn valuable life lessons and you will become a happy learner. There is so much that we can all learn from our mistakes. At the moment, we see that as feedback rather than a mistake, and we will no longer have this crazy fear that we will encounter them along our life journey. 2. Learn to be yourself. When I was young, one insensitive aunt commented in my presence that I was not smart. It stuck. I grew up, passed top of my class, became an IAS officer, but inside me I always believed that I was not smart. But some years ago, when I was trying to explain a very difficult economics concept to my daughter, she suddenly turned around and said, "Mom, you're the smartest person I know." I think only parents will know how rare a compliment is from one's grown-up children. For me, it hit with a sudden realization. How many years I had wasted on a negative self-image based on someone's silly, casual remark. As Steve Jobs said, don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. Your heart and intuition somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. Third, learn resilience and acceptance. Let's be realistic. Life is not going to go your way all the time. There are going to be ups and downs, failures, successes, disappointments. Today you are high on indignation when you think your professor did not give you the grades that you deserve in an internal exam. Many of you must have gone and quarreled with your faculty. Believe me, tomorrow you will have to knock on doors until your knuckles bleed. Doors will slam on your face. I guarantee it. I have experienced it. Your fathers and mothers and your professors have experienced it, and we are all still experiencing it. You must have a very high threshold for frustration. If you get all angry and upset, you will reach nowhere. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and go back and knock again. Doors will one day open. It is the only way to achieve your goals in life. Fourth, never stop learning. Now when I say learning, it is not the learning from books or certificate courses that I am talking about. What I mean is more accurately described as broadening your horizons. We use this term without understanding its full import. Our education system is too structured, scheduled, and restrictive. The menu and the timetable are there in the prospectus. Take your choice of degree programs, sign up, take the courses, pass the exams, write the thesis, and out you come certified. Doctor, lawyer, engineer, journalist. Along the way, most graduate programs confine you to the professional cultures that you are preparing to enter. In medicine or law or engineering, you are not taught much about the minds and spirits of the people whom you are preparing to serve. In the humanities and social sciences, everything will conspire to keep you close to the library and the computer and away from the people who are the real subject of your study. And even more from those who think differently from you. When you enter the professional world, it gets worse. Doctors talk only to doctors. IAS officers only to other IAS officers. Until it seems that we are all developing separate languages like the biblical Tower of Babel. Don't let the weaknesses of the system become your weaknesses. Look critically at what you are asked to learn and how. Stretch out, reach out, travel. Nothing substitutes for travel, both within India and overseas, though it takes time, money, and courage, and to risk being thought unserious by faculty, family, or even by yourself. It doesn't matter whether you fly, drive, or squeeze into a second-class railway compartment. Just do it. Finally, learn to love. Everyone overuses the word love. I love your shoes. I just love Deepika Padukone. How many of you love Deepika Padukone? And the rest love Alia Bhatt.